Hey Aries, welcome back to Deku Tarot. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading for June 15th through the 21st of 2020. Last week of Gemini season. And let's get into the astrology a little bit here just because it's a lot right now. I think we're all aware. Let me get a sip of water here actually before I start. Extremely hot here where I am. It's got to be in the mid or upper 90s right now, and it is really warm in here. So if I look like I'm sweating or I'm really warm, it's probably because I am. Anyways, Aries. So we have like 6 planets in retrograde already. We got Mercury joining that. I don't know if that's the 6th planet or if it's the 7th. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there. I might have the numbers wrong, but we've got so much in retrograde right now. June is a lot, and we're in the middle, or betwixt in between here, to eclipses, and then we have another eclipse coming after it. We have a ring of fire that we're also moving towards, so it's a lot. We're in the middle of a lot of energy right now. We have, like I was saying, Mercury retrograding starting this week on the 17th, and it's going to be retrograding in Cancer from July, I'm going to keep saying this, June 17th through July 12th. And this backside is going to bring up a lot of repressed emotions to be worked through to the surface here. And we're going to have to reckon what's been buried and our sense of security and reassessing our relationships as well as money in relation to our sense of security. So it's going to be really interesting. And, you know, all those normal Mercury retrograde things of not being able to speak, communicate, like 2 ships passing in the ocean, you know, we're not really hitting the point, hitting the mark there. We're not communicating in a way that's constructive or hitting the other person. Okay? So just watch out for those things. Let's get into this here, though, with the Muka Tarot. I almost called it something else. Muka Tarot. Or Tarot Muka. Alrighty, here. There we go. Wow, okay. I was like, this one may not be that bad. And then we got hit at the end there with some big energies. So let's talk about it. Energy, communication comes in fast, moves out fast, whether it's us or other people this week. We're hearing some information that is clarifying a situation that we are working through, or we're trying to find the best way to work through as we move forward here. Okay. And I would say that you're in a really good position to consider, to take control of this, to know that whatever your goals and ideals are this week, they're in the right place, I think. I do think that you guys have the right mindset, goals, understanding of something, and 6 of Swords. I'm sorry, it's actually moving towards us. I'm just holding it backwards there. I guess I wasn't. What's up with me? But the 6 of Swords has us moving away from the fights, the troubled water, the areas where we felt a lot of contention and a lot of battling, and negative energy of, you know, I win, you lose. Something was taken from you, or you took something and had to go off now. Because, you know, you've won, but you've either hurt somebody or lost a relationship. Even though there's a win, there's always a loss with the 5 of Swords. And when you get to the 6 of Swords, you have to move on from that. You got to take what you've learned and move forward, moving on towards greater shores, towards a better place and away from troubled waters. And yet, as we do that, we are considering so much in our emotional self here, looking at some cups here, looking at maybe how we can communicate love, how we feel about certain things, and where we want to move towards now that we know what we know and we know that we're right. Yeah, you're moving forward. You got a lot to say. And for me, it feels almost like you might be talking through a lot of this week, getting messages. But some of you also are quite focused maybe on moving, or are, you know, in the process maybe of moving. With you get 2 cards about movement here. There's a lot of movement, whether it's physical or not. You know, there's movement forward, and it can even be physically moving to a new place here. The Eight of Wands is really progression. We're working through all those 7 cups this week. There's a lot of fantasy, future, what's going on kind of energy, but it feels like, yeah, that's there, but you're also working through it very, very smoothly. All right, yeah, I've thought about that. I don't know. Okay, I've considered this. All right, I think I'm thinking about this now. Maybe that's a better way to approach it. Maybe that's a better way to drive my emotion and energy. Ooh, I love that. That came right up. 3 of Cups there in the center. There's a lot to celebrate when we come together in love and camaraderie. And you will have some moments to take a break, to celebrate, to be happy this week. You will be celebrating something in terms of information that comes in that really rights a wrong here, or you're going to feel very like, I was right. I was so right. Try not to boast. It almost feels like you're right, but at the same time, there's more to this. Let me just pull one more here because this is a big moment here at the end. Pop out. There's a real tendency, I feel like, for a lot of people here to isolate themselves as we move forward into this Mercury retrograde. Because at first, when I pulled this, I was like, oh, what a nice ending to the read. And then this came out right after it, and I was like, okay, well, here we go. You might be approaching something with love, and you might see it as that. But you need to ground yourself, especially in terms of petty arguments that really aren't worth it. Because at the end of it, you're not going to be very happy with how you reacted, what you said, what you did here. You said what you did. Did I just... You said what you did. Mercury retrograde is about to begin. So, you know how my voice gets. But, yeah, like below that Ace of Cups and the Tower, which is, again, there's change in the heart, transformation, and... I feel like a new way of going about relationships, love. I don't know, you guys have changed. And for some of you, I think it'd be better, instead of trying to fight and prove how right you are about a situation and taking all your Mars energy and saying, you know, I'm right and I proved you wrong and you should have listened to me and all these other things and, you know, trying to start something here. Ground yourself in the midst of all this, because otherwise you're going to end up in this Five of Pentacles, feeling very alone because of how you approach this, how you attacked this. Do not attack this week, especially even if you're going through these major transformations in terms of your emotional self, in terms of this, you know, beautiful Ace of Cups energy, which is, yes, it's beautiful. It's Ace of Cups. It's being wealthy in all things of the spirit in terms of love. It's a new opportunity. It's an opportunity to open your heart. It's a beautiful gift from the universe of rejuvenation of love. But the fact that it also is bringing in this Tower, I mean, we have to really watch out for a Tower situation coming out of nothing this week on something that maybe you felt very peaceful and grounded about, but just try to mirror a more earthy aspect when you go into conversations that might be more emotional this week. This conversation that comes in is very emotional. It makes you feel like someone is attacking your emotional self a bit here. And you could be like, excuse me, what? Like, don't you dare say something like that to me. So just watch out for that, because it does seem to be there. That's why we do these readings, so you can be warned of these things. So let's pull a Les Tarot des Femmes Erotiques to finish this out here. I'm kind of using them, even though they're a tarot, as an oracle. So let's get into this. All right. Ooh, oh, wow. We're just going to leave it with that one. Rebirth, end of judgment. This is the card of judgment. This is the time for us to bring out what is necessary, to bring out our dead, to work through them, and to maybe not bring it out in such a negative way at other people. Work through this on your own, but don't put this on any other people. And even if you don't realize you're doing it, you know, pause, step back, think about how you're feeling and how you're approaching this. And if you do feel attacked it's how you deal with this situation now moving forward and how you react that is more important than, you know, what they said. Even if it was very hurtful, offensive, whatever happens here, yes, you do have a right to be angry, it feels, but at the same time, it's how you approach it from a more constructive, calm perspective that helps you in the long run. Okay, so again, Judgment's like, how do you need change though? Once the world comes in for change and it's giving you this, and it says it's time to make a decision. What you're going to say, do, whatever about this. Okay, just try to do it better. Don't do it the same way you did last time. We have to move past our, you know, the way we were. It's seeking liberation on our own, because otherwise the universe is going to just throw this at us in some unexpected ways that are more destructive than that. You know, we have to free ourselves from our own type of imprisonment here, which is beautiful. Anyways, those are your messages. I don't think I'm going to pull out another oracle. I was about to, but I don't think so. All right. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. If you haven't, do make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I love reading them. And join me over on Instagram at Deku Tarot, guys. If you want to book a private reading, all that info is just below this video in the description box, along with my code for 30% off of any of, you know, your readings, numerology, astrology, compatibility reports through Truly Divine, which is an amazing service. I cannot recommend them enough. I love them. So do use my code. You can use it again as many times as you want. Send it to as many people as you want as well, and they can use it too. So, again, all that info is in the description box, and thank you guys so much for all of your support. Have a great week. Namaste.